The proper French side up.
Welcome to the second collaborative dinner by theuncommonmeal.com. We have today Jamie Oliver's Jamie's Kitchen Chosen Cookbook and Chef Shadow Gaines-Molina demonstrating the proper French side salad.
Hi, welcome to Uncommon Meal. Truth be told, Jamie's Kitchen is one of my favorite cookbooks. I've had that book since my very first day of culinary school, and I kind of hold it dear to where everything has tabs in it. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me. It's in Brooklyn, and I'm currently in the West Coast. Yeah, so many tabs on that cookbook, and I'm getting goosebumps because I really love that book because it shows not only the recipe, but it also it's very conversational, and as if I felt like Jamie was talking as it's one of his comrades, and it also shows you basic kitchen skill sets, like how to use a mandolin or how to proper blanch vegetables or how to braise or how to even hold your knife and the basic equipment that he believes is necessary for everyone to have in their kitchen. If you don't have that cookbook, I think you should buy that cookbook. It's an old cookbook, but it's so current. The approach to food is very basic. It's pretty much letting the integrity of the ingredients speak for itself. Like basic things like tearing lettuces, using your hands, getting dirty. That's why I think I'm drawn to that. Anyhow, I can go on and go on. While I'm doing that, one of the ingredients today's salad is haricot vert or green beans. I'm gonna blanch it now. I have a boiling pot of water with salt. Give it 2 minutes while we're talking. And I'll fish it out and then put it in cold water. Today's ingredients, it's very French because it is a French salad after all. The recipe calls for frisee lettuce and baby gem lettuce, both of which I could not find in Las Vegas markets. But we have alternatives. For the frisee, for the bitterness of the frisee, I thought we could use radicchio. Two colors of radicchio. We had the red radicchio and the chicory. And for the baby gem lettuce, we're not gonna keep it French. We're doing butter lettuces. These are washed and I'm putting it in water, make sure it's completely dry so the dressing can adhere to the lettuce. Because if it has water, the oil on the dressing will not get into your lettuce, okay? So keep it dry. Chervil. Chervil is also hard to find. What is chervil? Chervil is somewhat linked to parsley, but it has a little bit of anise flavor to it. So today we're doing, instead of chervil, which also we couldn't find, we're doing curly parsley, and I'm gonna add a little bit of dill weed, dry dill weed, to give it a little sour anise that we're gonna be missing. We also have chives and shallots. This is quite unique because when I use shallots, I soak them in ice water to keep, or even red onions, to kind of keep the onions or the shallots nice and crispy. Jamie Oliver recommends, or at least in his recipe, to soak it in the white wine vinegar. We're using champagne vinegar because we're gonna keep it French. We're using champagne vinegar, and I think it's gonna have that same consistency, keep it crispy, and at the same time, it's flavoring the vinegar we're gonna use for the dressing. That's how I process it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I thought. That's how I think, right? And I have pink salt, finishing salt, and fresh ground pepper, and olive oil, of course. And that's it. Now push this thing out. Cold water. And on this recipe, Jamie Oliver made it specific how he doesn't like cold string beans in his salad, and I kind of agree. So this is not ice. I'm just cooling it off in cold water just to stop the cooking process. And then after that, keep it like room temperature, at least a little bit on the warmer side. So that's done. I'm gonna do the shirt. I'm gonna show you how to cut cheese. I'm gonna show you how to cut sherbet. I mean, not sherbet, I'm sorry, chives, right? When you're cutting chives, you don't even have to like put pressure on your knife. You can simply just run through it, because the harder you press on it, you're smashing or kind of like bruising the chives. You just want to just like nicely cut, little tiny cut. There you go. Okay, yes, plenty. We can combine that with a parsley that we have or sherbet. And as I said, I'm gonna add a little bit of dill. For the dill, in any dry herbs, I like to rub it to kind of release the flavor of the said herbs. Okay, that's done. It's ready. And all we got to do now is pretty much set the salad. So we have my butter lettuce. We'll do. I'm gonna keep the radicchio like a whole leaf, because since I don't want to cut the butter lettuce is so nice. I mean, I guess we can eat our salad with knives if we have to, but I want to keep the integrity of the butter lettuce as well as the endives. So just put it all in there. And on the bottom of the endives, you get this, right? The very bottom of it, you get this little like knob. I cut that knob and I kind of chop it a little bit. Nothing goes to waste. So we're gonna eat that too. Just gonna toss it right there as well. We're tossing our herbs. You see it? That's all the herbs. We're fishing out the shallots, the thinly sliced. We'll squeeze it out. Not too hard, because we need the acidity from the vinegar. Anyways, how interesting. The shallot actually is not much more crispier than I would anticipate. It's actually not soggy, but soft to the feel. And then we have our string beans. And then with the vinegar, grab a mason jar or any jar that you have. I'll put vinegar here. We got one thing. You can also add the garlic. This one garlic. Can be chopped. Okay. Add that to the mason jar. Now, for your dressing, I'll leave it up to you what ratio you want. Some people do 50-50, 50% acid, 50% olive oil. I like to eyeball it, and we can always add some more. I'm gonna go, let's go 50-50. And I like to put it in a jar because you'll see, you can shake it and then it's an instant storage, right? Salt, a little salt. Okay. A little black pepper. One little thing I like to add is to give it a little nice, just do it, a little bit of honey. You can use sugar if you want. You can use maple syrup, just because you have acid, right? So you kind of need some sugar to kind of like, so you can taste the acid, right? Okay. As I said, voila, lid. And this is your dressing. How easy is that, right? Take a salad bowl. Now, you can measure it. We don't measure. There we go. Toss the salad. Smells good. Smells really yummy. Okay. And let's grab a plate. Can you see the plate? You see, yeah? Okay. What I do is fish out the butter lettuce. This is where it gets a little, a little artistic. You don't have to, you can just simply dump salad and go at it. You can even eat it straight from the bowl. But we're trying to be civilized, so we're gonna plate it. I like to pick out the butter lettuce, lay them on the bottom, kind of like build height. Always taught culinary school, like you build height when you're plating food. There, so that's plenty, right? Then you go to the endives. Endives and some string beans on top. Yeah, this looks so good. We're going for a rustic look, okay? We're not trying to be like, over plated, over manicured salad. We just want it to be like, homey, rustic, at the same time still looking good. And then your shallots. Okay. I think that's one. I think that's a big size. That's a big size salad. Well, it's in the afternoon here, and I can eat it for lunch. Then let's finish it with a little bit of salt. And a little black pepper to taste. It's not straight up based on the recipe, but this is an alternative of the proper French side salad by Jamie Oliver from his cookbook, Jamie's Kitchen. Hold on. I get to eat it.
That looks so amazing. You did such an awesome job. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You mind if I try it? I'm so excited. Like I haven't had a salad in a long time. Oh my God.
Woo! All right.
Good. Have a great dinner, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome.
Is that good?
That
You
was
good?
so good.
Okay. This